Welcome back. Inside Wofford basketball rolls along now with women's head coach Jimmy Garrity. And Jimmy, you look back at the season, the whole ball of wax. First of all, I can't believe we're at this point of the season. It seems like it takes forever to get here. And then all of a sudden we're going to Asheville. You know, it's the same question I asked Dwight Perry. Is it the best time of year to be a college basketball coach, or is it the hardest time sometimes?
A little bit of both. Probably that shares common links. But, it's gone, holy cow, it's March already. And, once conference play started, it just seemed like the season flew by. Really proud of our effort, especially with all the injuries that we had to be tied for second in a very strong league. I think is just fantastic. And I've been so impressed with our players, and we'll be ready to go.
You wind up 8-6 in conference play. You do end up losing 4 of your last 5, but a lot of coaches I talk to aren't big believers in regular season momentum carrying into the tournament, that the tournament is its own animal. How do you fall on that?
Well, it's kind of, we break it down into 3 seasons. The non-conference season, and then conference season, and now we're trying to hit the reset button for conference play. And you really want to just feel good about yourself, be as healthy as possible. We're not getting any healthier, so it is what it is. And at the end of the day, you're going to have to be prepared, keep your turnovers down, rebound the ball, and hopefully make enough plays on the offensive end and the defensive end to give yourself a shot down the stretch.
Certainly there were some highlights of some very close losses in that stretch that I was mentioning, but one of the highlights was the home win against East Tennessee State. And you've made a little tweak to the starting lineup, and India Clark has gotten to start a couple of games. What brought on that decision, and how has she responded?
It was really the matchups. And for us, ETSU starting a little bit smaller was probably better for us. But then we found out, hey, I like the way we're playing in that small lineup. So we're going to continue that on, and she's been playing great. She rebounds the ball really well. She guards pretty well. And then when she can score the ball too, her role is expanding as the season goes on. It just makes us a difficult team to play. And so we're going to need that scoring opportunities from her as well.
That was a big game. Of course, Rachel Rose led the way, but India Clark coming off it being inserted into the starting lineup with a big effort. We spoke with India after that win over ETSU.
It felt amazing. I mean, a 3-game losing streak is not fun for anyone. And I think at the end of the day, we just knew that we had to come in and protect our home court, which we've done all conference. So it was a really important win for us.
And that was a hard-fought battle, back and forth the whole way. What did it say about the grit and the heart of this team to just be able to stick with it even when they were making late pushes and taking the lead every now and then?
Yeah, ETSU is a really good team, and like I say it every single time, but just following the scout, knowing who they're going to go to in crunch time, and I think that we recognized that, and we stopped in the fourth quarter. We stopped the players that we knew they were going to go through, and it ended well for us. So.
And second straight game with a starting nod for yourself. How good did that feel for you? What did it mean to you to get entrusted with that?
It feels really good. All the work I put in, I'm just really thankful for it, thankful for the opportunity, and I just hope that I can provide for my team with it for the rest of the season. So.
You're true blue, up before the sun. The men and women we count on every day, and you count on your Carolina Ford dealers, so you can be ready for what's next. Stay focused and connected, help inspire a generation. And when you need us most, we're here for you. Get 1.9% financing for 72 months with up to $4,150 package savings on select Ford trucks, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
That was certainly fun to watch. And another highlight, even though it didn't come in a win, you got a chance to honor your seniors on senior night. And Annabelle Schultz and Jeray Smith and certainly Lauren Scalise, your senior manager. It would have been nice to get the W against the number 1 seed in the league. But we've talked about those. I think all 3 of those young ladies as individuals at some point over the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
What was it like for you? It's always a little heart-tugging to see those seniors honored in their last home game.
It is 3 great individuals that have meant a whole lot to our program. Lauren, the duties that she does throughout the whole season, and nobody sees all the effort that she puts in, but she just does a tremendous job, helps our job easier as coaches, especially when we're on the road and the things that have to be taken care of here at home. And then Annabelle and Jeray, they've been here for 4 years. We've recruited both of them for a long, long time. So they've been in our lives for, 6 years or more. And so I did, I think Jeray came out first, man. My eyes started watering a little bit and seeing her and her family, but just 2 just great human beings, great teammates. They've been just such a joy to coach, and their best stuff is coming ahead of them in their life. So excited to watch all that unfold.
All right, it is time to turn the page to in Jimmy's playbook, the 3rd season. We will preview the Southern Conference Tournament next.
It's the moment you dream of, the moment you work for, train for, run wind sprints when nobody's watching for, the moment when hours of gym time, court time, prep time, all culminate into this time, the moment when millions of bounces, blocks, and boards all add up to this, your moment. Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
Welcome back to Inside Wofford Basketball, sponsored by Yokohama. So Wofford goes into Southern Conference Tournament play. It'll be a Thursday afternoon matinee, 3:30 p.m., the 3rd seed Wofford against number 6 Sanford. You handled the Bulldogs pretty handily here at home, but that game down in Birmingham less than 2 weeks ago was a battle, back and forth. They had the lead in the 4th quarter. You guys kept chipping away, never could quite get over the hump, and almost won it on a half-court shot that just barely didn't go down. The aftermath of that, and the 3rd time against the Bulldogs, what do you expect in Asheville?
Well, that second game down at Sanford, it did. First half went back and forth. 3rd quarter went back and forth. They got a little bit of lead in the 4th, but actually, we're up by 10. I was really proud of our effort to get it back to striking distance. Sanford's playing really well right now, especially offensively. They've won 3 of their last 4. I think they're coming into the tournament with a lot of confidence. And, that they've got inside presence. They got outside presence. Their guards are really dynamic and can drive the ball. Defensively, we're going to have to be much better than we were down at Better Place to have a chance to win.
It's interesting the way the schedule lays out, Jimmy, because let's use the Wofford men as an example. They get a week off in between games. For the women, it's business as usual. The Saturday game and then really a quicker turnaround because you have an afternoon game on Thursday. We've talked about, how short your bench is and how many minutes people have to log. How much is that a consideration in preparation, just in terms of their legs and the fact that hopefully you're playing 3 games in 4 days?
Yeah, we had a meeting last night and to talk about the upcoming week, and a lot of freshmen, have never been through this. And one thing I wanted to make sure, it's a big tournament. It's a different atmosphere. To let's make sure, they're going to get our best effort, but let's make sure we enjoy everything that transpires before that. And our legs are going to be really, really important. So we're going to go really light, really, for 3 days, because I think that's really important, more so than some of the other things we have going on. So if we can be healthy and rested, it should be good.
When teams say, we're going to take Rachel Rose away from Wofford and see if anybody else can beat us, what has to happen offensively if they decide to do that?
Yeah, well, every team, I think that's been every team's, scout to do that. And, we're going to have other players step up. They're going to have opportunities to make plays. And, what are you going to do with those opportunities? We need positive things to happen. And hopefully that transitions to the scoreboard.
All right, final question. We always say it's a wide open tournament. It is a wide open tournament. Chattanooga really blitzed the league, going through. I think their only loss was to UNC Greensboro. Do you see some surprises the way this bracket's laid out? Do you see it kind of going chalk, or is that for somebody else to answer?
Well, it's for somebody else, but I don't know that there's any surprises. Anybody can beat anybody. Western plays Chat 1 versus 8, and Western played them as good as anybody in the league. So at this time of year, you got to execute, you got to guard, you got to rebound, and you got to take care of the ball. And the teams that make the most plays are typically going to come out on top.
Well, it's been a pleasure doing this all season long. Yet again, get some rest. Your scout team, your assistant coaches, everybody get some rest. We will be broadcasting all the men's and women's basketball games from Asheville beginning on Thursday afternoon. So you want to catch me and Tom Henson on the Wofford Digital Network. And best of luck to you.
Thanks, Jim.
All right. Also, one last note. We do want to thank a lot of people here in terms of helping us with this show. Behind the camera right now, he probably won't wave, but Omar Elmore produces all these. He's always assisted by Megan Fleming and Avery Plummer. And of course, Tyler Zalby on the men's side, Wyatt Street on the women's side, the sports information stalwarts that help us do this. For the final time this season, for Inside Wofford Basketball, for Dwight Perry and Jimmy Garrity, I'm Jim Noble. Thanks for watching.